Hello everyone, this is Anna Dultra from STEM 11A, and today we are going to talk about market indices for stocks and bonds. So our objectives first is to describe the different markets for stocks and bonds. And second is to analyze the different market indices for stocks and bonds. Stock Market Index. So pag sinabi nating Stock Market Index, is a measure of a portion of the stock market. Is an index that measures a stock market or a subset of the stock market that helps investors compare current price levels with the past prices to calculate market performance. It is computed from the prices of selected stocks, typically a weighted arithmetic mean. So for example, the PSE Composite Index or PSEI, it is composed of 30 companies carefully selected to represent the general movement of market prices. The up and down movement in the percent change over time can indicate how the index is performing. Sector indices. So when we say sector indices that representing a particular sector. So for example, financial institutions, industrial corporations, holding firms, service corporations, and mining or oil property. Market index. So ano ba ang market index? A market index is a hypothetical portfolio of investment holdings that represents a segment of the financial market. Stock market tables. The stock market tables are stock indices that reported in the business section or magazines. So, kadalasan, pag bumibili tayo ng newspapers, makikita natin to. Pwede din through online natin makikita. Nakikita natin dito ang index, value, change, and percent change, or the ratio of change. So pag value, that is the value of the index. Pag change naman, it is the change of the index value from the previous trading. So the value for today and to yesterday. And pag percent of change naman, it is the ratio of change of the index. Para makuha natin si percent of change, you need to divide the change sa value. So pag ganito, change natin 2.42, no? 2.42. I-divide natin siya sa value. Dito sa 6,513.37. So, makukuha natin sa percent of change or the ratio of change niya, ito ay 0.037. So, yan yung percent of change niya. So, next. The stock tables. Newspapers or magazines may also report on stock prices of individual companies. The following table shows how the information about stocks can be presented. Values are hypothetical. So the stock tables daw is the various information about stock prices can be reported. So this is the table. This is the information about stocks that can be presented na makikita natin through online. And then, isa-isahin natin to bawat column. Kilalanin natin sila. So, we have here, 52-week, high, and low. So, ano ba yun? Ano ba sila? Bakit nandyan sila? So, this is the highest or lowest selling price of the stock in the past 52 weeks. So, ano ang kaibahan ni 52-week high and low sa high and low. So, sa highest and lowest selling price of the stock in the last trading day. So, yun pala ibig sabihin. And then, si stock naman, this is the three-letter symbol that company is using for trading. Ito ang name ng company. Gumagamit lang sila ng 3 letra at yun yung pangalan ng kanilang kumpanya. And then, we have dividend. So, yung div na yan, ibig sabihin yan, dividend per share last year. At, pag volume naman, number of shares in hundreds traded in the last trading day. In this case, stock 100AA sold 2,050 shares of 100, which is equal to 20,500 shares. So, yun pala yun. Ang close naman is, it is the closing price on the last trading day. So, ito si net change. Ito naman si between the two last trading days, or in the case of AAA, the net change is 0.10. Balikan natin na, si AAA 0.10 do yung net change niya. Tapos, the closing price the day before the last trading day, no, subtract mo lang 57.29 pesos minus 0.10 pesos. So, yung total amount niya is 57.19 pesos. Example. Nandito may example tayo. So, for stocks GGG, what was the lowest price of the stock for the last 52 weeks? So, what was the lowest price daw? So, yung lowest price niya ay 105 pesos. So, what was the dividend per share last year? So, ano daw yung dividend per share last year niya? So, mayroon siyang 3.50 pesos. So, what was the annual percentage yield last year? So, meron siyang 2.8%. What was the closing price in the last trading day? Meron siyang 118.50 pesos. So, what was the closing price the day before the last trading day? So, meron siyang, you're just going to add the 188.50 pesos plus 0.50 pesos, meron siyang 119 pesos. So, next. Example 1 pa din, pero for stocks HHH naman tayo. So, ito yung mga tanong. Again, what was the lowest price of the stock for the last 52 weeks? Meron siyang 12 pesos. Meron siyang 12 pesos sa lowest price niya. So, what was the dividend per share last year? Meron siyang 0.90 pesos. So, what was the annual percentage yield last year? Meron siyang 1.1%. What was the closing price in the last trading day? So, meron siyang 15.80 pesos. So, what was the closing price the day before the last trading day? Meron siyang, yun nga, so, diba sa for stocks JJJ natin, we use addition. So, for stocks HHH naman, we are going to subtract. So, 15.80 pesos minus 0.10, meron tayong 15.70 pesos. So, buying or selling goods. So, ano yung buying or selling goods? So, to buy or sell stocks, so one may go to the Philippine Stock Exchange or the PSE personally. However, nowadays are done making a phone call to a registered broker or by logging on to a reputable online trading platform. Those with accounts in online trading platforms may often encounter a table like the following. Sa buying or selling goods, those with accounts in online trading platform or may open and encounter a table such as table, no? The bid and the ask offer. So pag sinabi nating bid, ito ay bibili ng stock, no? Yung bumibili ng stock at yung ask offer naman, ito yung nagbebenta ng stock. So we have here bid size. So ano ba yung bid size? Yung bid size is the number of individual buy orders and the total numbers of shares that wish to buy. Bid price naman, ito yung the price that the sell buyers are willing to pay for the stock. And ask price is the price the sellers of the stock are willing to sell the stock. And the ask size naman, how many individual sell orders have been placed in the online platform in the total numbers of shares the sellers wish to sell. So look at the table above. So the first row under bid means that there are total of 122 traders who wish to buy a total of 354,100 shares at 21.60 per share. On the other hand, the first row under ask means that just one trader is willing to sell his or her 20,000 shares at a price of 21.80 pesos per share. So, bond market indices. So, ano ba yung bond market indices? A bond market index is a measure of a portion of a bond market. It's a method of measuring the value of a section of the bond market. It is computed from the prices of selected bonds. So typically a weighted average. It is a tool used by investors and the financial managers to describe the market and to compare the return on specific investments. So the main platform for bonds or fixed income securities in the Philippines is the Philippine Dealing and Exchange Corporation or the PDX. So bond market and government bonds naman, ito yung government bonds are sold out to banks and the other brokers and dealers every Monday by Bureau of Treasury. It depends on their terms or tenors. These bonds are also called treasury bills or T-bills, treasury notes or T-notes, or treasury bonds or T-bonds on the day right after the auction. And the news agencies are normally reported the resulting coupon rates and the total amount sold for these bonds. So example, may example tayo dito. Rachel owns 2,000 shares of a company A at 980 per share. He also owns 15,000 shares for a company B at 250 pesos per share. And which company is the total value of her share greater? Explain how you know which is greater. So sa company A daw, para makuha natin yung total price niya, we need to use multiplication. So, number of shares times the selling price and yun yung makukuha natin, yung total price niya. So, company A, di ba yung number of shares na is 2,000? So, 2,000 times the selling price which is 980 pesos. So, mayroon siyang 1,960,000 pesos. So, yun yung total price sa company A. What about the company B? So, yun pa din, we're going to times the number of shares and the selling price para makuha natin yung total price niya. So, sa number of shares ni Company B, meron siyang 15,000 shares. At yung selling price naman niya, 250 pesos. Multiply nyo yan, meron kayong makukuha na 3,750,000 pesos. So, alin dyan ang mas mataas na share? So, therefore, the greater value of her share is in Company B with 15,000 at 250 pesos per share. Its total value is 3,750,000 pesos.